this way, or you can make one big bed and sleep that way. Just move on to the operation of the fridge, which is mounted just near the door as you come in. To open the fridge, you're pressing this button here, opening it up, and freezer section's in there, which will actually slide out. If you can see how that is mounted, you can slide the freezer section out if you just want it to all be fridge. So the controls for the fridge are here. You switch that on, so that gives you power. It will look for the most relevant power source. So if you're travelling along and you're using the alternator, it will default to this position, but obviously the engine is not running, so it's giving you a warning code to say it's not receiving any power. If you want to use it on gas, so if you're not on a site and you've got no electrical supply, it'll run perfectly well on gas. You just select that as your power source. Now that's trying to ignite now, but because there's no gas in it, it won't ignite, so that'll go to a fail as well. When you first connect gas, it may well fail 2 or 3 times because it's not getting its pure flow of gas, it's pushing the air out of the pipes. So I don't know if you can hear that, but it's trying to ignite, it's clicking away. It'll go on doing that for quite some time. And then the other power supply is mains electric. So when you're on a site, again, it'll run perfectly well and efficiently on mains electric. Again, it's telling you that it's not found any mains because we're not plugged in at the moment. The 12 volt that comes off the alternator, it will only keep it cool. So if you're setting off on a long journey, you need to put mains on before you set off, or gas on before you set off, get it cold, and then switch to 12 volt, and it'll keep it cool as you're travelling. I'll just run you through the tap. I know that sounds ridiculous, but when you first put water in it, there's no water in the pipes or the boiler. So what you need to do is switch it over to hot, which is it's a mixer tap. So switch it over to hot, which is that side, and then switch it over to cold, and wait until you get a pure flow of water coming out of the tap. That'll splutter for a while, so you need to wait until the water, you get a pure flow of water, both hot and cold. You need to have switched the pump on that system there, otherwise you won't get any water out of the tap. If you don't do that, you're trying to heat the boiler with no water in it, which isn't good. So you need to, what they call, purge the system. So get all the air out of the system and wait until you get a pure flow of water coming out of your tap. So if you do that on the kitchen side, as well as the shower side, so again, mix the tap over to the hot, wait until you get a pure flow of water coming out, close it, and then go over to cold, wait until you get a pure flow of water coming out. And the same applies for the shower system. So once you've done that, you set up, you're ready to use your water, and you can switch your boiler on. The same purging system needs to take place on the gas system. So when you first connect your gas bottle, there won't be any gas in the pipes that lead from the gas bottle to the gas appliances. So what you need to do, and the quickest way of doing it, is to switch your hob on. It won't ignite straight away, it'll take a while to ignite, and that's because it's pushing the air out of the system and replacing it with gas. Once you've done that, you can switch that off, and then your boiler and your fridge and all the other gas appliances will light more quickly. So you do need to make sure that when you switch the boiler on, it's lit, and you're not getting that warning light on the boiler to say that the chances are that it's not got its fuel coming through the system, so you need to purge that out first. On this model there's a solar panel, so if you're wondering what that control panel is, it's just above the microwave in the fridge. That is monitoring the charge that's coming out of the solar panel, and it won't overcharge your battery, so it keeps your battery in good condition. Just quickly run through the blinds and the fly screens. This has got an extractor on it, so if you open this up, you need to open up the lid, if you will, and then it's switched on and off via that, and it'll draw air in or it'll circulate air out. So it's useful when you're cooking. Be careful not to have it going full speed in one direction and then suddenly change it to the other direction, because it'll burn the motor out. So what you need to do, switch it off, wait till it stops before you change the direction. So the blinds on the windows, that's the fly screen, and these go into little notches. I don't know whether you can just see. So that's the blind position, but there's different positions you can have the blind in. But you just need to notch it into that little notch there, and then so you can have half and half like that, or you can bring it all the way down. That's the same on both sides. This draws across like that for blacking out, and that's your fly screen. And to open those up, you just press that button. The blinds on the windscreen, they draw across by pinching those together and draw that across. That's the same on the side as well. You just pinch those together and that draws across for blacking out the windscreen in the evening. Just show you the controls and what you need to know about under the bonnet. So to open up the bonnet, you're opening up the passenger's door, and that is the catch for the bonnet. Okay, in the unlikely event you should need to jump start this or jump start somebody else, the mains terminal is just located there. Sometimes you need to put a little key into that notch to get that to open. Just closed it again, I'll just open it again. Okay, so that's the positive point on there, that you can see. And then the negative is that nodule there. You can see where it says it's labelled up. And dipstick in the middle, coolant. That's where the washer fluid is put in. There is a funnel for that, I think, somewhere. Oil cap. That's all. Just going back to the inside for a second, the television's mounted there, and this is the aerial for it, just above. You can change the direction of this. It's omnidirectional, so you can. All you need to do is unscrew that, and it'll push up through the roof, so that you can change the direction of the aerial if you need to achieve a better signal. Okay, the awning box is mounted on the side. The winder for that is in the wardrobe. It's a telescopic handle winder, and you just put the end of it into that socket there on the end. But on the day you collect, I'll show you that, and I'll draw that out for you. So that's the end of the video. If you've got any questions, if you just make a note of them and then bring those in on the day, I can be happy to answer those on the day for you. Hope you enjoy watching the video.